What is up, fellow Bulls fans? Welcome to the Bulls on the Run podcast, coming at you with a new video. But before we get into the video, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and also turn on the notification bell so that you can be in the loop for weekly Bulls content. So as most of us know by now, Donovan Mitchell was traded from the Utah Jazz to the Cleveland Cavaliers for 3 unprotected first-round future picks, 2 future pick swaps, Lauri Markkanen, Colin Sexton, and OG Abaji. Now, what does this mean for the Cleveland Cavaliers? What does this put them in the Eastern Conference? Now, I've already made my rankings of the Eastern Conference teams, but as we know, the NBA season is crazy. The offseason is crazy, even more crazy. So you never know when it's going to be a big trade like this happen. So I will probably have to make another rankings video before the season starts, around training camp. But the Cleveland Cavaliers were, the majority of last season, they were fighting within that top 4 seed last year. They fell out of the playoffs after Jared Allen suffered that finger injury towards the end of the season, which cost them most of their interior defense. So they started to falter from being one of those top 4 teams to actually falling all the way down to the play-in tournament. Now, with the acquisition of Donovan Mitchell, they has a major upgrade. They went from having one ball-dominant shot creator, a playmaker in Darius Garland, to having a playmaker in Darius Garland who's still young, and also a shot creator in Donovan Mitchell who can get him open shots and also get his teammates open shots. But even more so, he's able to step up even better in the playoffs. Now they have a young core of Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Darius Garland, and now the newly acquired Donovan Mitchell. Now, what does this mean for the Chicago Bulls? The Chicago Bulls, as we know, is a division rival with the Cleveland Cavaliers. We actually play this team 4 times during the season. So those games that we play, we will get to see how the Bulls can guard that newly created team, and how they can take advantage of the mismatches that is created with Lonzo versus Darius Garland, and also Zach LaVine at the 2 over Donovan Mitchell, because we have the size over that team. So if it comes down to it, we could possibly have a playoff series against this team, because we're so close when it comes to our division. We're so close with how we play our games. It could really come down to a game or 2 separating us when it comes to making the playoffs, or making it further into the lineup, further into the standings. So this team, this trade that this team made really shook up the Eastern Conference. I don't believe that Cleveland is a top 4 team still in the East. It really depends on how they're able to utilize those 2 players within their backcourt of Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, how they're able to utilize them together. And also it really depends on the development of Evan Mobley. Now the Chicago Bulls, when we face this team, we really must take advantage of those mismatches, see where we can utilize our size in the paint, but not only in the paint, but also just being able to score on those score on those smaller players. Now, the Chicago Bulls, if we play this team in a 7-game series in the playoffs, I believe that if we're fully healthy, we can actually take this team out. But this team is young. In the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're young and they have athleticism. They don't have much experience, but this team can be built for the future. This team is so young that they can actually develop this core over time. But yeah, that was a quick video on the Donovan Mitchell trade, where Cleveland stands in the standings, and also how they go up against the Chicago Bulls. Please remember to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Have a good day.